Flat Earth British, Martin speaking. Welcome people, welcome to my channel on what is the 8th of January 2019, or so they say. This is the first vlog of the week and we are going to have a really excellent time. Okay, what we've got is just going to blow your mind apart. Now guys, this is the great Flat Earth British think tank, and people by the score have been sending me in the absolute juice. Okay, I do not know which one to bring up first. There is that much which you just smash the paradigm. Okay, so I've had a little collection of what I think would be adequate for this post. Okay, I'm going to run through some of the best juice, guys, so please share this out. I will be premiering this later on this evening, so I'm with you now in chat, so you can all have a chat with me and answer, ask any questions or what have you, and I'm going to run a narrative throughout this post. Okay, so make sure please to subscribe to my channel, Flat Earth British. Okay, get this beautiful word out. Okay, now there's a lot going to come out in this post. Okay, this is going to be a roller coaster ride of information from beginning to end. Okay, now I try and take my time so as not to forget anything. Okay, now what we're going to look into first is buckling, because Kansas is a bye-bye. No, literally, because it's full of mud. Okay, we're going to look into Kansas City mud flood. One of the best I think I've come across. We'll have a look at that. Then some extra special information that is arriving concerning Tartry. Okay, now a Norwegian fella has been giving me some unbelievable information concerning some descendants of the Tartarians living in Norway, and it seems that they are subject to genocide, and it gives me a rather succinct explanation for this genocide. Okay guys, now I'm going to bring that out later, but I'm going to give you a taste. Now they used terrible means to subrogate these people. They use lobotomies, abductions, tortures, all sorts of really evil things on these people, so I've been told. Okay, and I've got a bit of information to show you, and they surely are Tartary, and their names are, okay, or their tribe. They're quite like gypsy type people, Romany types. We'll have a look at them. Okay, and what we're going to look into then, okay, is star forts, and we're going to have a think about mud flood and star forts and see if we can correlate something in together. Okay, now and picks of the day are the best I've come across, a collection of the best Ultra HD color, pristine color from the turn of the 1900s from the Lumiere brothers. Okay, that is Augustin and Louis Lumiere, who were epic filmmakers. I've got a film made by them on my secondary channel, Flat Earth British Filtered, called Journey to the Moon, made probably the earliest science fiction film made this time around. Okay, you may want to wait till the end, have a look at these. Never seen anything like them, and some other stuff that's been discovered and handed to me that's going to blow your socks off. I mean, shudder you to the core. Okay, a lot of this, or most of this in here, I think I'm going to invent, guys, right, a Flat Earth British mind blowometer. Okay, so what I will introduce is where we are in this vlog on the mind blowometer. Okay, so a 10 is you're the dribbling mess, 9 is you need treatment, so 8.5, this is about an 8.5, 9, and maybe even more. Okay, so Flat Earth British mind blowometer is on from today. Okay, so and a lot of other stuff besides, all with the subjects that we're into. So I want to thank you all you guys out there, all you brilliant channels. This is the best experience like ever, and let's enjoy ourselves. I'm gonna make it as fun as I can. It's a cold day, I'm really tired. It's been working hard here, guys, on this last 2 days. Must have been, I don't know, I can't even tell you how many hours, but I've got there. And here I am, ready for some more juice. Okay? Apple, not orange. So, let's not waste no time, guys, because we got a lot of good stuff today. So, please share this out, guys, if you're in chat. Get some juice over. I'm not going to swear anymore. You won't hear a cuss out of Flat Earth British ever again. Okay? I've got children, or parents, who've said, look, Madge, we want to educate our children with your knowledge, which I think is important, but you keep dropping the F-bomb. Like, I'm sorry, I'm British. It's like a thing that British people do. And because I'm Flat Earth British, I sort of do a British thing, which is cussing. And Welsh people tend to swear a lot. Okay? So, I'm going to stop it. I'm going to try my best. I can consciously not swear. I've done many interviews, you know, with different networks and mainstream and stuff where I haven't once swore, you know, consciously. So, I will make an effort, okay? Occasionally, if I'm on Hangouts and with friends or what have you, I will let the F-bomb release, okay? With further. Now, let's see how long, okay, how long this pledge lasts, okay? Okay, see if I get through the whole video. We might play a psychic game halfway through. Okay, I'll sort out a psychic test. No, really. I've got a box here. And I'm going to put something in it. You'll never guess, and it's not going to be related to anything that we think about. The last time was a key. Okay, a door key. I'm going to put something different in there along the road. I'm going to have a little psychic guess game, okay? Which you would probably never ever get. Totally random. Halfway through this show. For fun. Okay? So it's in there now. So, we'll have a guess, and it's not guess, it's psychic connection. I'm going to check that out, what's in there, okay? Just said it in my head. You should have heard it, okay? Should have just jumped into your head. You should have heard what that was, okay? So, let's start here. Lee, Flat Earth British sub, if you don't know, many of you have, I think thousands of you have, and UAP, a legendary UAP, one of the best channels on YouTube, makes me so happy. He has also mirrored it, okay, and spoke about this discovery of active technasmia in action today. Okay, do you want to see that if you haven't? And I'm going to get it out to a wider audience. If you haven't seen it, get over to Lee, Flat Earth British. He's a very important part of the operation, okay, because he's like Flat Earth British. So, I'll show you now, guys. And this is uniquely upset the mudflood trolls. You know, like, this is something really wrong with the world when you like, first of all, like, oh, it's flat, you retard, and they come in and then you get like a load of channels and sub-channels and subcultures to attack flat earthers. And now it's attack mudflood, okay? They will attack any fucking thing, okay? Whatever you come out with, they will attack. It doesn't even matter, does it? No, it doesn't, does it? This is proved going to be, and in this channel, in this show, beyond a shadow of doubt. Okay? Okay, there's more than circumstantial evidence with this case. My instinct knows that something big happened. I'm going to run a mini-series, that's what I'll do. I'll start, just to re-enlighten you all, if you're new to my channel, from the year 1811 through to 1812. New Missouri events, which we're going to talk a little bit about now. Yeah, you need me? St. Louis, okay, is quite close to New Missouri events of 1811 through to 1812, and this place, St. Louis, looks like it's been affected as well, okay? Plus it's been burnt down, and then they built an exposition, burnt down, and you know the MO. But Kansas City, a little bit further east. Now this place is mudflood excellence, it's old world, and something really weird has happened with the building of the city, shall we say, or the apparent building of the city. It's the same MO as Chicago, it's the same MO as Detroit, okay, it's the same MO as Seattle, as in apparent raising of the land. But is that what the photographic evidence shows, or is something else going on? Well, we're going to compare two old maps, and we're going to see if there was mud. Okay, the investigation continues. buckle in. So Lee, flat earth British, he's not me, he's Lee, is working away in his van, probably doing a van vlog right now, which you'll be watching probably later. Okay, and he discovered this. Now he dug, I've spoken to him about this, he personally spoke to him about this, and he dug for hours. Lee works very, very hard at all of what goes on here in the background. Okay, so big love to Lee. Technasmia in use today. We've got the location. It's in Phnom Penh, the capital of Cambodia, formerly Kampuchea, home of the Khmer Rouge, Angkor Wat, and the home of the killing fields and the genocide of Pol Pot in the 1980s. Terrible, terrible thing, but all over with. But they got active technasmia. I think it might have been left over from said flood. There it is in action now. William sent me a message. Now William, another sub, brilliant, give me a really, really important narrative on the events of 1811 through to 1812 New Missouri, which I have to bring to you. This stuff we don't know, but I'm going to save it for that narrative. Now, technasmia is working. This is extracting static electricity out of the air. It's storing it somewhere in this, and who knows the untold benefits of this on humanity. Now let's check it out. And there's a sound attached to it. Now I live in Cardiff in Wales. We have a hum, an audible hum in the background. Once you hear it, you can't unhear it. It does your head in. Other people have heard the hum. It's in Bristol as well, across the channel. I've been hearing it since the 70s, excuse me, which is what they'll say online, is when it was the reports first started coming out. Now, this sound attached to this is similar. These sounds have been heard all over the plane. Is this what we're hearing? Are they literally activating these from another place to get the energy? It's just, listen. Okay. Small. Now, as I said, it upset the trolls greatly. Now, this is important. Okay, it shows the technasmia is real. Okay, now, some people obviously say, well, this could be faked. Could be, except it 100% matches the images or the depictions for technasmia in the books of Kirster. This is the way it looks when they're collecting Deuve. Okay? So, to my mind, this is a definite. Or as soon as the second I saw it, my chest blew up. I was like, wow, this is it. So, I think it's real. Not only that, the temple itself, the royal palace, I've looked into, just crazy place, absolutely beautiful. You can find it on Google Earth. It's in Phnom Penh. They have a special dance, the royal Cambodian dance, where the princesses or the dancers have these very specific hats on. Now remember, it's collecting energy above, and they wear these. Just crazy stuff. What are the benefits to these people? How are they feeling? Static, I should imagine. Elated. So, obviously I didn't want that up. So they have very interesting headwear in this temple. Oh, excuse me, this palace in Phnom Penh. Also here. Little stupas on their heads. I must say they all look really healthy. And there it is, the Royal Valley of Cambodia in the past. And they have a similar headwear. Awesome, isn't it? So, British, rocking. So yeah, really pleased. So awesome. Evidence for technismia. We move on. Buckling, because Kansas is a bye-bye. No, literally, it is a bye-bye. It's in the mud. Now, what we're going to look at here is a bird's eye view of Kansas City, Missouri, 1869. Okay, now it's early, and they've done something really unusual with this, with the city at this stage. What it looks like is that the streets have been dug down into maybe 3-4 meter trenches, the streets, and the houses are on top of these hills of mud. So if you're thinking in mud flood terms, the houses are deeper in these muds and the mud has come in. Take a look and see what I mean, and we'll match it, and we have a location in photograph, and it's one of the best photographs of mud flood I've ever come across. And you can find the location literally on here. Now this very, very unusual, guys. You'll see what I mean. Now obviously, I know it's on the River Missouri, and I understand that it could flood. Now you see this bank of mud here? Yeah? Okay. Now check in the city itself. You got these big... Now I've done a bit of research. They never had a massive fire to destroy the whole city per se. But they did have small indiscriminate fires, like the courthouse caught fire, the hotel caught fire, the docks caught fire. There was different fires, but not, nothing reported as one great fire in Kansas City. But you look, they're huge blocks, and they're on top of hills. And these mud things are very, very high indeed. So it would seem that the mud comes up to quite high up to some of the buildings. Literally, from mud flood investigators' perspective, looks like these buildings were here already. They're that specific style of architecture, white granites, etc. I done my usual investigation. I went looking for the quarry that supplied Kansas City stone. I found it. Ah man, there's nothing built stone in 1869 in this era, but there it is, and a photographic evidence is there anyway, but that's besides the point. So in this picture there is nothing being built. There's no scaffolds, there's no builders, nothing is being built, and of course it's from a bird's eye perspective, so somebody's in the air, because you can't do this from your mind's eye. And everything seems to be affected by mud, as you can see. The streets are low and everything's just on high mud. The buildings, which you will see, are definitely mud flood affected. So we return back to this map, 1869. Now brace yourself, guys. Kansas City photographs. Now the city, okay, so it's this again. Okay, this could be, this is Millionaires Row. They've got a couple of them. Is a really, really beautiful area of Kansas City, and they're all mud flood, and they're all red granite, and they're all like this specific style of architecture, slightly Gothic, slightly Baroque, but them, them, okay? And it's up on one of these muddy hills. Now, this one was demolished. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay, again. So these photos here you're looking at, they're from Shropshire, and these ones are turn of the century. These ones are approximately in about 1900. But I got a few earlier, 1880s, and these buildings are already up and running. Now you've seen the photograph, 1869. So they're managing to build these buildings, these ones, in a couple of years flat. And they get all rustic and dirty. You can see all the soot on the somatic window and the soot on these, because these were devices, old world devices. And staircases going up to the main door, but the windows are down here, you see. This at some stage would have been a window, stairs going up, and you've got lower levels. Okay, same as you get anywhere in these American cities and British cities and European. Okay, but the detail is beautiful. So she's quite a city. She's had floods, big floods. This one came in a tsunami type of thing. It's got a specific name, this event, can't remember it, Charlton, something like that. And it flattened everything and caused a mud flow as well, a bit of a mud flow, in the dockside area of Kansas City. Okay, and that was in the late 1800s. And this is the one of the earliest photos that you can find, and it's damaged. They have had fire. This apparently was just the one street. If you look into it, look into fires for Kansas City, and there have been indiscriminate, but this doesn't look too indiscriminate to me. This looks like an entire block. One here, this building, similar style, huge doors, arches, this onion dome on the corner, as they were always on the corner. Okay, they're always on the corner. You'll see always, I can almost guarantee that this will have a portal facing out into the street, okay, for its device when Titanasmia was active, which it still is somewhere. And they look like this. Okay, they got the somatic dormer windows, the three ones you see around. Okay, and lower windows. Beautiful, beautiful stonework. When was it built? This is the 1880s again, and this one is actually the Parisian underway. I don't know, that slipped in there, but I've questions with that myself, thinking that it was already there, and in fact all the undergrounds were. So this is land reclaimment. Now with the Kansas City, what they did apparently, when you read into it, is the same thing as they did with Seattle. Is they left the houses on giant hills of mud apparently and built everything in above and up. I just can't imagine how this is even humanly possible. The only way it explains it to me is a mud flow. Okay, and hiding these older buildings. These look empty, by the way. Not many people either. But this is what got me. Okay. Now this is when it was happening. The corner of Delaware and 4th. We can find that now on that map. Looking south from 3rd in the 1860s. So exactly the same time as that bird's eye view that we just looked up on that map is. Okay, guys. The photograph is a collection dating from 1867. Clay banks have been removed, streets paved, and the buildings added on the right. Okay, added on the right. Now, the mud is this high, guys. So the question is here simply, which came first, the mud or the building? Now, if it was the building and they built it, you do not build a building up towards a mud hill, do you? Because you wouldn't be able to, because it'd all fall in on your work. Well, you can see that, obviously. So the mud's come in later, guys, hasn't it? And this is a bit of a catch photograph. I can't think. Maybe you could tell me in comments. Or you could think that something else could have happened. Why would they build a building with this brickwork up to this mud flat? And it's not just there on the one side. Look how high it is on the other. And let's take a look at the corner of Delaware and 4th, shall we? So I think we were on Delaware just now. Delaware's there, yes, and 4th. So let's go back. Delaware's this street, so from the coast, 1, 2, 3. Delaware and 4th. Would that be the 4th? Is that 6? 8. So it's back here, isn't it? Delaware and 4th. So you're looking at by here. Could that be them? Not really. These ones look in the mud. Pacific House. If that's 6th Avenue, 6, and it goes to yeah, 4th's back that way. But anyway, let's get back to the snaps. So I can't imagine, and there's mud across against that building too. So I can't imagine building this building. And what's the aerials anyway in 1869, guys? You know, flagpoles. And the mud is against it. It's absolutely mind blowing, aren't you? And the only ones we got some more like it. Also across the way there, you see? Did they just clear these buildings? They're in there, they're sort of working on them. There's guys on the roof there, touching them up, getting these buildings ready. They're in there, there's no roof on this. So, wow, how is this humanly possible without a cofferdam or a 10-meter plus high wall of board or something, a cofferdam? Stop all that falling on you when you're laying bricks. It's impossible, guys. There's no cofferdam. There's not one there. How was that even done? So they're just doing the roof. And these are big doors. They were there already, I'm sure of it, guys. We're not seeing this going up. This is completed, isn't it? It's there. And this one looks rustic and quite old. The one on the corner. Same style. It's weird. Can't be anything other than a mud flow. And they're using the excuse of 1840. They're using the excuse of ground reclamation or up in the streets. So this is the fire engine department for they really no wonder they didn't have any fires or big ones that we can find trace. You'll see these all over the world, won't you? Windows that bricked up. But they're fire engine like that in the 1860s in Kansas City. Just totally amazing, beautiful bit of machinery. And there it is again. This is a different plate, but it'll give you Kansas City. It's already built and up with some quite big buildings. One thing you'll notice is the trees are always small. And again, so is that building, it looks here, that imagine if this was 3 stories and it's there. Maybe if it was 4 and it was there and there was steps. Imagine if this all came in after. What is it doing there? Oh, I know what they did with Detroit, but that just don't make no sense. It looks like it's a bigger, older house anyway. And there it is again. Well, how high is that guy? 100 foot high? You got a building on top of a 100-foot high cliff. 1886. And a mountain. Guys, what if, like, we know that the official narrative is bullshit and we're catching them out and they're hampering with photographs real time, guys, and if they're messing with history real time, we're catching them out. Go and have a look at UAP's channel, guys, and photoshopping our history to hell, okay? But what is going on with that? Can you think of anything other than a mud flow? Where's the excavators? Where's the machines? Oh, there's the other one coming up from the coast. 1886, right? So 1830s, 1840s. The narrative is, right, guys, that there's the Irish potato famine. 3.5 million Irish die. They built the most elaborate canal system in the UK you've ever seen. I mean, the structure, the stone, goes on for hundreds and hundreds of miles. The length and breadth of the United Kingdom is just unbelievable, okay? In the same period, the Irish, they built all the railways, dig them out, all of the tunnels, dig them out, and in America, the navies, the Irish navies. Now, how can they build the world and die at the same time. Somebody never built this ship because it was already there. This is running up from the coast, that deep escarpment you see, and it looks weathered, it looks old, and this one's, can't really make the date out. You'll see it here. You just like out this one here, I believe, or maybe that deeper one. But there's no buildings on that one, so excuse me. There. Oh, there is one or two there, so I think that was that one. Do you think that makes any sense, guys? Where's the diggers? Where's the manpower? What happened? Guys, this is an older event. We're catching a photographic record. Again, 1887. We can catch some of the photographs of buildings. Is that as big as I'm getting you? Well, that's bloody hopeless, isn't it? Excuse me. Right, just presuming you're all here in chat, I've got a clue. Please, please, please share this out. Get some people over here. There's a dome on here in 1887 in Kansas City, and it's got a giant aerial on the dome. Okay, can you see it there? These white buildings all seem to be complete, and they have sort of aerial things on them as well. Okay, we move on. So, what about that one? Now it's clearly going lower, guys, because it's a 3-story building. 1, 2, 3. You can't see the bottom ones because they're below the front door. Are you getting this yet? So there's another floor below it, guys, isn't there? It's a 4-story building. Like on the photographs, the picture, it was a lot of 4 stories. So this is later mud, guys. Okay, and they've just dug it off the street. They've put this very temporary ladder or staircase up to the door, which they've made. Guys, this is the best evidence I've seen for mud flood. Now, I know the official narrative, but that's not fitting with it. You can see that the windows are way, way, way below the front door. So they're in the ground. Yeah? And there's probably another floor under it. So it's coming to USA. Yeah? Yeah. There's more. This is looking down towards the Missouri. And I can't think of anything other than a mud flood. I understand that it's a river and they're prone to flooding, but not that much. Not that much. They're 100-foot high sort of mud cliffs, and it's just mud. It's just mud. And they built this city, and it's just the way they've done that. And like I said, guys, they've had a massive fire, but they've had like some of its main buildings, like the Kansas City Public Library, another library, like the Birmingham Central Library. Yeah, that burns down turn of 1900s as well. And here we go, Kansas City Public Library burnt, but the infrastructure is still there. All the books conveniently gone, and the history. And it's that specific architecture, and if you look, this is street level, and the windows go down, down, down below street level, because she's indeed old world and mud flood. But you can see that by the decoration here. It's just too fine, too fine. And there it is, looking down to, I think that's going into downtown, away from the coast, and you can see these are just mud, wooden, just temporary things just been put up. These seem to be wood as well. Maybe for the builders, the people who were making this, I don't know, or what I'm trying to say, guys, is what I think we're seeing here is them making the city good after the mud flood. You know, maybe it was one of the later ones. Yeah. Now I've read about the history of it. You know, it's attributed to Jackson and the American Civil War and Confederate strongholds, and Jackson was shared as well at some stage. The son of Jefferson Davis. So it's got some history in its narrative, but it's not fitting. You know, this is not fitting. This is about 69, 4 years after the end of the American Civil War. I thought everybody was dead, and yet the build's in this. Oh, my head's just spinning, guys. Can you see? 1865. That all them men are dead after the American Civil War. At the same time, they're building this stuff. This one, demolished. Most of these are. same old thing. Huge pole, looks like it's from Lone Eagle. Blessings to that man. It's up to Lone Eagle. I'll link him. He's into our fields. He's cool as hell. Not that hell's cool, but it's the same. I mean, he's cool as ice cream. Twin towers, huge doorways for our previous occupants, and this went really, really low. These windows, these little ones here, they would have been that size, and probably went down another floor. I don't even know how much of this building we're not seeing. We might just be seeing the top of it, all I know. Kansas City, old world. Look at the decoration. Red, again. This is Millionaires Row. You can look into this in Kansas City. It's absolutely stunning. It's just beautiful, beautiful buildings. We got similar in Cardiff, London. All the British cities got it very similar, but very, very ornate. And it's got the white granite at the bottom. Okay, I suppose this could be granite in black and white, but again, the half of the buildings are buried down below the street level. Now try and work that out in your head with what you've just seen. And these are already old, and so are these trees. Okay. Thinking now, aren't you? Yeah, 1870 again. They're up there, wooden houses. They've dug this much mud out. Level at the time. It looks like there are buildings in there as well. 1870s, and that's foot of Walnut Street. And this is the quarry. The North Bluff Quarry is where they got the stone to build all that in Kansas City. And Bluff Quarry, limestone, and with shale. There's a lot of the white stone you see. Granite. I take it was coming from the other granite seam, which is further. There's one in Ohio. I think there's one in northern Missouri, and the other is in Vermont. There's only 5 or 6 streams for granite in the whole of America, apparently. It doesn't fit again. We've got some photographs of it being mined in 1941. It's very much up and running then. But at this stage, it looks like it's from the previous set. It's not been touched. There's nobody building. There's nobody building anything from this. Okay, this is late 1800s. This is dead. This is a dead quarry, but it's up and active in 1941 and being used. Okay, Kansas City. What do you think, guys? Mind blowing, isn't it? And there she is today. She's quite a city, but they're knocking down. I was church destroyed, and they're knocking. I was looking at all the old buildings that they're getting rid of. Red brick, Tartry style, Technasmia devices, all left or burnt out. It's quite overwhelming when you go through this list how many have been abandoned or burnt down. So Kansas City, guys, is a bye-bye. Why? Because it's all full of mud. That's a modern one. And there you are. The trains are okay to go down the middle of the street in that period. So we've got to get on, guys, because I have a hell of a lot to get through, and I want to have this posted tonight. So Kansas City is a mud flooder. We move on. Now, next bit of this show, we're going to talk about Tartry. Now, this is a sweet and juicy atlas. I have a lot of information coming on Tartry, guys. We've nailed it. We have really. I've got a very kind gentleman in Canada, Quebec, I believe. His wife is French speaking, and she's when they're not too busy, they're going to do me a PDF explaining a book that I've got here. Now, Bailey, if you watch my last vlogs, Bailey, who's a counterpart or a friend of Benjamin Franklin, he writes many letters to Voltaire explaining Tartry, and we have the letters and a lot of information about Tartry, but unfortunately it was in French. I've sent one out of French. Charlotte, I think she's in Montreal. Okay, Merci, Charlotte, merci beaucoup, and also the people who are sorting that out for me for the weekend, so we'll know what it says. I'll show it to you now, and I will link it if you're French speaking. Claude, you're gonna know, my brother. So we move on now to Tartaria. Okay, I'll give you what I got. I got quite a bit to take us forward. Okay, now we got Drury Mental found more information again. Okay, saying that this place is definitely the hub of all of our culture, our science, and our civilization, Tartaria. Okay, now this is absolutely the most superb you'll see of maps. Very early. I'll be linking everything you see here, guys, in the descriptions box. Okay, and we'll have a dig of this. Behold its amazingness. Okay, behold. It's not going to work like that. So it gives you Scandinavia, and it gives you Tartaria. Okay, which is the bestest. So let's get it to there. So I was looking at in old atlases in my room. I collect atlases, and I've got one from the 1800s, and it's got Mongolia as an autonomous region. It's like it doesn't exist. We haven't mapped it yet. What's with that? So there it is, Tartaria. Load up for you. Okay, make a biggie screen, and there she is. And she's that big. I got date at the beginning for you. So northern China, sort of Peking, and that was Tartaria. Parts of Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia also. And we just looked at the beginning of this vlog. That palace was in Tartaria, because it's in Cambodia, which was formerly part of Tartaria, guys. So it was that big. Okay, this is that peninsula you see on some of the maps. This looks different because I think it's been inundated. Some of that's not filled in Japan. So this is early cartography. Okay, so there she is, full of cities. Let's mag in, see if we can see any of these cities. Now, what we've been looking for is clues to they could have gone across the Bering Straits into America, and did Tartaria actually build these buildings in America? And is there any evidence that Tartaria were actually in America? Well, there may be, guys, there may be. So the Great Wall of China, what was the real reason for that, I wonder? Giants out. Quite forested at the top, giant pine forests. Koan. So anyway, so I linked that up. So Tartaria is what we're looking into for a bit. A minute. Peace and love. Hope you're all having a cool new year. Hope everything's cushy. What are we looking at here? Oh, come on. Processing request. Should have had some music. I'm in a music mood. So I'm not actually sure what this is. My Google Pics. Excuse me. I got too many windows open. Now this was passed to me yesterday, and what you got is a very old picture of the genealogy of Tartaria. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to blow up any clearer than that, but I have the other image. There you are. Actually superb. So let's have a look. The genealogy for Tartaria. Now I'm proposing that they have been genocided, guys. I think like the Western look, the situation could be either that the controllers, the people that, you know, the New World Order, whatever you want to call them, the Illuminati, the people that took control at the beginning of the 1800s, guys, with all these events. Okay, well, they might be, it might be all out of their hands. You know, it might be just a natural cycle, the resets, and they can't do nothing about it. Or it might be their hand is doing it. Or they might just do whatever the controllers tell them to do, like little bitches. And that might be the case. And, you know, give them, like, heaps of missing people. I mean, maybe they're vampiric. But they're definitely energy vampires. They might be full on. Don't know. These things are just too dark, too nasty. So here we are. Genealogy, and it gives you the emperors, or the Khans, and the descendants, and I will be giving you this link. Oh, it's on my Google Pics. Should be alright. I've got stacks of stuff on my Google Pics, but I got rubbish in there as well. I need to go through it, but like, I got literally 4 years of Google Pics. There's thousands. It would take a long time. So there is the whole of Tartry. There's the whole of the continent there, guys. I haven't even got a Muscovy on this one. And you may want to examine that. I can't really make any of them names out. Not that. Let's see if we can find any of them. See if like Alexandra or something. Dogan, Batukan. So they're all sort of that sort of name, like Uzbekistani type of name, Burati type of name. No, don't know any of these. Abel, Kazan. No, don't know any of these guys. Never heard of one of them, and all of them were kings. Oh, this is the lineage of the great Khan, who was Temujin, Genghis Khan. And there was the Aga Khan, the Kubla Khan. Did Kubla Khan did pleasure dome erect, or decree erect? What about that? Zagatai. So yeah, that is absolutely superb. I'll put it down if you want to take a screenshot. I'm sure you've got one on your computer. Let's blow that up and bring it down, and you maybe screenshot that. Let's see if there's only there's none missing there. See if you can screenshot that from, if that helps you. Okay, we move on. More on Tartary. This was passed to me from a sub who's in Estonia. I got a few subs in Estonia. I'm half Welsh, half Estonian. Okay. Now my father is from this city, Tallinn. Tallinn is somewhere I really want to go. They've got an immense staff up there. I've posted about it and looked into it in a couple of years ago. But this road goes through the middle of Tallinn. Give me a bit of a rundown on this. It's just crazy stuff, man. It's just, let's get a bit of a translation going on. So yeah, Tallinn. So it's called Tartry Street, the street in the centre of Tallinn. So the main street's Tartary Street, guys. Right, the street starts from Freedom Square in Tallinn, barely extends over a few quarters of the residential areas across Liedtke Street towards Tallinn Station. So history is Tartry Street was created in the first half of the 16th century. With other streets, the name Tartry Street comes from the Tatarish Slobid, or Tatari Slobia, or Tatarish Slobid, or Tatari Slobidia, which was built in the 18th century by the Russian Empire in the Mulla Fields, and also occupied the district of Kompansa between Tartu Road and Nava Road. The Kaiser named Tartry Street on the land plot plan. Okay, and registered the plots and area dates back in 1699. Until the beginning of the 20th century, the street was called Great Tartary Street. Yeah, right. Wow. Not bad, eh? Let's check out, look at this, guys, for mud flooders and now. I'd love to go, yeah. Look at this. This is Tartary, guys. Estonia, Tallinn. Now, guys, you've got to say, this is making a lot of sense why I'm so into this. Don't you think? Huh? Wow, check it out. Gee, well, do they do this on purpose? Because it's all coming out. Yeah, and again. Wow. Complete with antiquitech. Monster. Oh, this is such fun. I can't. We're having such fun, aren't we, guys? It also got like 2 towers as well. So amazing. We're looking at Tartary. Oh, you can definitely see that looks like a little version of something in St. Petersburg. Oh, that's nice, but it's made of logs. Wood. Log cabin. Like Peter the Great's house. Wow! Look at this one. I gotta find, as soon as I finish this vlog, guys, I'm going off to hunt old-fashioned photographs of Tallinn. That could be a family's house. I could have an auntie in there. That could be my nana's house. It's crazy, isn't it, guys? Okay, it's just bonkers, isn't it? You can see there's all cement around that door where they've done some door work. So yeah, really interesting, huh? It's Grand Tartry Street in Tallinn, where yours truly is from, sort of. And this is what I found, or Tree Mental found, and there's more on this. Okay, I'm just going to quote some more once we get some more time. There's lots of brilliant videos out there. I seen one this morning, or I handed one this morning from Static in the Attic. I'll link it up, guys. He's doing a narrative. Check it out. He's pieced things together. Sounds awesome. Sounds awesome. Why not? So what this is it's a dictionary, and it's an old dictionary, and it gives you Tartaria, and it gives you its dimensions. I showed you in the last post. Okay, so I'm going to link this so you can read, and it'll give you their version of where they say it is Tartaria. Okay, we move on. So yeah, as soon as I get that the translation of this, it's in Google Books, and it's a letter from Bailey again to Voltaire, and it's concerning Genghis Khan, and you can see how many entries are in this book for Tartry. Again, why does I look like Siths? The synths, it's weird. Persians, the Indians, the Chinese, the Egyptians, the Chaldeans, the Scythians, Siths, sounds like Siths, and the Tartries. So yeah, all of that book's getting translated. Give you a rundown on a weekend. Awesome. Right, as for we got some juice at the end. We got some juice right the way through. No, we're gonna have psychic quiz time. No, we're gonna finish Tartaria, and then we're going to start on Star Thoughts, show you something stunning on there, and a few thoughts. Now, this was from a Norwegian sub. I've got a few of you subs in Norwegian. There's a Northern one, I think she's from Bergen. One love, Northern one. And this guy was called Saven. I would mess your name up, brother. I don't want to insult you. He is giving me a narrative, and it's a nightmare, guys. He's saying of kidnap, murder. They won't give him jobs. They just treat them like trash. Even like mental, they take them into mental institutions and lobotomize them, and sterilization programs. You know, it's like the worst sort of genocide sort of going. Okay, shame and inhumanity. These people, by the way, are Tartarian. Says there, Tartara should be forced to learn to live in a house, because they are sort of out and growing food and not doing what they should be by the posh Norwegian people. Okay, who, from personal experience in Norway, can be awfully posh. Okay, now, not that I didn't like the place. It's very sweet and very beautiful, but they can be stuck up. Shame and inhumanity. Norway is a nation, has some scam in national history over the last 60 years, as Norwegians should look at the actions and shame and inhumanity in relation to how Norway and its state treat the Sami. When you deprived their children and sent them to boarding school, the cultural important joke banning and drumming prohibited, they caused the Siam to be ashamed of their own language. Oh, just like the Welsh. We got our language hit out of us. Okay, if you got caught speaking Welsh in the 1950s, even the 60s in a school, you would get a backhander. Yeah, it was just not allowed. The English kicked it out of us, so it's coming back now. But they nearly got rid of it. Okay, so it's the same sort of thing. Okay, the Welsh have experienced similar, only maybe they did ethnic cleanses. So, but I say English, but I mean them, the whole thing. Okay, the the parasites, okay? I don't see no distinction, guys. I'll just say this openly now. I don't see no distinction between France, Germany, Britain, Russia, and America. These people, they're all one people. They're all the same, and they're all on the same side, okay? So, we deprived the children, sent to the boarding schools, culturally deprived, okay. So they forced them to take down Christian names. The total destruction of Sami identity, and so how Norway had been a collective bullying of women who had been girlfriends with German soldiers in World War II. They cut off their hair, and they were driven around in trucks openly and mocked by the Norwegian population. Many children were conceived in the relationships between Germans and Norwegians. Women became German youths, and they were bullied. Okay. Oh, then they have. Then we have how Norway, as a state, has treated a group of people called Tatars. Tatters. We got that saying here in Britain, guys. Come in a tatters, go in a tatters. The travellers, or the Tartry, the Romany people, or the travellers, they hunt from village to village with sheriffs and fathers. They stamped as thieves and thugs. The Christian people organised Norwegian missions for the homeless. Okay, the so-called mission took 1,500 children from their parents and placed them in foster care. So let's put that into perspective, because they wanted to be free from the Western philosophy state, or the Matrix. Yeah, they stole their children, and it's just too much, man. I nearly swore, these people, if that's what they are. 1,500 children from their parents and placed in foster care. Many were abused by so-called good Christians. Shit. Right. Surprise there, eh, guys? In 2000, the Norwegian church apologised for the abuses the church had been involved with through the missionary activity, and aimed to protect was to terrorise the Tatars, to give them culture and their way of life. In 1953, the authorities took the horse from the Tatar people, and the mission took the children. They should be in residence, stop travelling, give the cultural characteristics identity. Systematic abuse. Over the past few years, the abuses against the Romani people have been documented. A list of systematic abuses against this minority is shocking and nauseating, including forced sterilisation of women, lobotomy, separation from parents and children, and the expulsion of entire families from municipalities. The children who were placed in orphanages or foster homes were often completely without protection against the predators who chose them as victims. It's rarely had any consequences. The pattern is known from other countries' abuse of minorities. What a world, eh, guys? That's why I do what I do. You swore again. Fight it. Anyway, Tartary. I've got lots on this, guys. I'll give you the link. Read it yourself. It's getting to me a bit. But they're Tatarians, and they live in free, and they live in, and they're called just cause shit like like travellers out in Britain, I suppose, just abused, and in a bad way by the sounds of it. The way the status treat these people. If they don't like you, you've got a chance. Now, pinpointing Tartaria in America. Okay, this old book turns up, and it's a shit ski. Have I got it? No. I'll find it again. It's a book. It might be on. I moved it. It's later on down there. And it shows you a Tartarian eagle in America, but I've moved it. And I don't know which one it is. But we'll move on. This part now. we're going to do 5 minutes or so of star forts. If you're new to the subject, we didn't build them. Survivors after the events, or after the big flood, when all of this was taken, put underwater, the maps had to be redefined, everything changed. Okay, millions died. Now guys, picture this. Right, the mud comes in after a giant flood, say, or what have you. The flood happens, okay, and it kills all the trees, the big trees, they're gone. This is, say, 1700s events, okay, late 1600s, 1700s events. The trees are gone, right, because you can't get trees over 200-300, so I'm saying then. So then it gets really cold, as in the under minimum, and it's freezing, and you've got no heating, you can't burn any wood because the trees are all gone and there's mud everywhere. You can't eat because the food won't grow because you're in the years without summer, in a under minimum, and everything's to shit. What do you think would happen with hardly anyone around, because everyone's died and there's all these diseases and all this atmospheric disturbance going on from the comets that I've told you about that cause the atmospheric disturbance? If you don't know what I'm talking about, look back on my channel, all these books are linked up. Look under Comets, Flat Earth British. Okay, I've got books for atmospheric phenomenon caused by interaction with comets going over. Okay, they cause specific things in the atmosphere. I don't trust comets. I am a flat earther, so I don't go with heliocentric thinking, because to me that's insanity. So I think the comets are either A, in tune with us, I mean this very, very big room, or that they are artificial and shot at us over across our plane, okay, from somewhere else. Now this little bit of land, this perverse Mercator projection, which is completely wrong, every bit of it, this is just a tiny bit of what is in here, guys. Now I don't know how they're doing it because they've had time to work on it, okay, but there is more in here with us, and outside infinitely more. And if you want to think dimensionally, there's stuff, and it's really close by too. Okay, this place is very big, there's a lot going on. So cultural layer, and there's a nice little link. I'm not going to go through it all, but it gives you links to star forts and stellar fortresses, and it explains them, that they shouldn't be there. Okay, half a dozen indications that star forts were not made by men in our time. Okay, and they go into quite detailed stuff. So I'll give you the link. I don't want to click all of them, but I have got one or two presented for you to show you what I mean about mud flood and star forts. Now they're everywhere. Okay, now for some peculiar reason there's only one or two in my country of Wales, yet we got 600 castles. Maybe that's why. But we got the Channel Islands, and we have a place called Lundy, and the smaller of Channel Islands, Alderney, is peppered, and I've posted about them with star forts, all barren like this. But this star fort, okay, obviously picked up on Google Earth, is half buried, because obviously, so this is the question again, which came first, the star fort or the mud flow? So that probably was the demise of that star fort. Yeah, you can see how it undulates. It looks quite disgusting as well, but you can see how it's just stopped short here. Does it fit with what we think's going on? Sure does, doesn't it? So this star fort has been half covered with mud from a mud flow. So there's definitely linked to these things are protection against that sort of cymatic weapon. Well, fascist technologies, and they're everywhere. Okay, but this reason I want to show you this is because what you'll find off of the tips of these bits is you'll get these glyphs, these petroglyphs, and if you follow them on Google Earth, you can get plenty on this link, and I'll give you another link which will give you every star fort in the UK, which I've got many. I'll give you a good few star fort links. But these lines, you see them? They go for distance into the landscape, and they connect up with other star forts, showing that they're all connected. I'll show you something a little bit later on, a plan of star forts in Europe. And I think this is from Tartry.com, this picture. Cool. So they link him up there as well, do they? Probably. So excellent website if you've never been on there for star forts. And same sort of thing here as well. Your star fort on a peninsula. So what is that exactly protecting? The city that's over here. Yeah. So you sort of got the topography as well, and is it lower? Yeah. So what you're looking at here is hills. This is sort of a gradient going up, and this thing seems to be lower than this gradient from this topography on this. These are hills. So same here. So just appears that star fort is surrounded by sort of mud and high ground, and it's lower. But obviously it's on some sort of peninsula here. You'd think. I thought when I first looked at it, it was on a peninsula of water, but it's not, because the seas, the rivers over here. And for some strange reason, you know, this side should have tip there and tip there and a tip there and a tip there, and even over here, but it's gone. It's gone because it's buried in this mud flow. It's come from this direction, and if stopped short there, probably from the counteracting of what this machine does, and if stopped short of that sea, maybe. Okay. Check that out for yourself. It's most unusual of star forts and incomplete, and there's mud raised up on both sides. So I think it's been covered. We move on. Now, more ideas for Tartry. That's enough for star forts. If you're just basically bringing you up to speed, if you're new to my channel and you don't know about these amazing things. We didn't build them. Survivors come in and reverse engineer them. Do they do it? I doubt it. So, the Liberty Bell. Have you ever looked into the similarities between the story of the Liberty Bell and the Kaiser Bell? Because they both broke, and they both broke in the same period. It's almost as if something happened plain white. So I don't want to go into the story of it, but I'll look into the crack. The bell acquired its distinctive large crack sometime in the early 19th century. What, like maybe 1811? A widespread story claimed it cracked while ringing after the death of Chief Justice John Marshall. Oh yeah, it was definitely that. In 1835, yeah, well, nails. Was that there? The bell became famous after 1847. Short story claimed that an aged bell ringer rang it on the 4th of July 1776 upon hearing of the Second Continental Congress vote of independence, despite the fact that the bell did not ring for independence on July 4th. The tale was widely accepted as fact, even by historians. In the beginning of 1885, the city of Philadelphia that owned the bell allowed it back to its various expositions and patriotic gatherings. Okay, so that is pretty bullshit. They have no reason and they don't know. They don't know, but it got broke in the early part of the 1800s, but they don't know how. Isn't that funny? And a big crack in a big bloody bell like that, eh? But it's not as big as the Tsar bell. The Tsar bell, same thing. It's cracked, pretty much in the same place. Really, really, really weird how it could be in the same place. And it's a bloody big bell, bigger. But same story. What happened to the bell? They don't really know. You know, just one of those things. Okay, just dropped in a storm apparently. So, simulation of sound. Voltaire joked the Kremlin's two greatest items were a bell. It ain't no big thing to wait for the bell to ring. It ain't no big thing, the tone of the bell. Apparently, fall in love. In the distance, out there in the ether somewhere, you hear the tone of a bell at that moment. So that's what is meant in that song, I think. Well, that's what my mind says. Bell was never rung and a cannon that Kaiser Pushka that had never fired, and the spring in 2016. Oh God, I don't know about that. I want to find out what happened to her. There. History of the bell goes back to the 10th century. It's medieval Russian Orthodox bell. It weighs 18,000 kilograms. That's 40,000 pounds. It requires 24 men to ring its clapper. It was housed in an original wooden. No way! This is as bad as Leaf posting about like horses were pulling 100-ton streetcars. Yeah, right. A horse can pull 800 ton. They must just drop dead all day long in the knacker's yard in 10 minutes. So, that's just nuts. So it was in a wooden Ivan the Bell Tower in the Kremlin, okay? And it crashed to the ground in a fire in the mid-17th century and broke into pieces. Citation needed. So they don't know, do they? The second Kaiser bell was cast in 1655 using the remnants of the former bell, but to a much bigger scale. Yeah, I can't imagine how they were lifting that in that day and age, guys. Can you? The bell weighed 100,000 kilograms and again was destroyed in fire in 1701. This is just amazing. So yeah, guys, same old bullshit. Okay, guys, they just make it up, and it's events. It's that event. Okay, that made this crash and break. Okay, broken piece is around and left, so you can sort of star for in it. Here it is. Anno. Let's go next on the end, so 16 something. So that's it. So it's not a similarity, kind of a coincidence that they both got bullshit and they both broke in the same place and they're both like really important. And apparently their tone was too. Was that the thing? Do you know? Apparently the bells never rung in Britain until we won the Battle of El Alamein, the British, and then all of the bells rung in Britain, but they hadn't rung for years and years. They kept them off, like no well-being, no good, keep you down. Now this is mind-blowing, guys. Passed me again on Trail of Tartry. I propose that it's probably, I think, in the Crimea as well as part of it. Skatia is definitely part of it. So I'm thinking that Kiev may be an important city to the Tatarians. And then this just blew my mind. I think it was Matt. I got Matt, Mike. I want to thank William. I want to thank Jim. I want to thank Eric. I want to thank God, so many of you guys. Just so many. Thank you very much. This blew my mind. This is John Hughes, a Taffy like myself from Wales. Apparently the founder of the Ukrainian, or at the time Russian city of Donetsk, okay, where the war has been raging, and Donetsk airport is like sort of not an ex-airport. He went there to dig it out of the mud and put it right for them lot, this Freemason. Okay, he's from Merthyr Tydfil, right? Now John James Hughes was born in 1814. Just got delivered, like literally, and I don't mean by like his mother or the stork, but delivered. Welsh engineer, businessman and founder of the city of Donetsk. Now how the hell can a Welshman be the founder of Donetsk? Well, it's surely there before. Well, I'm going to look for some Donetsk old images I have briefly last night, run out of time. So, anybody? The village was originally named Kuzhavka and Hugosovka, Ukrainian and Russian. Okay, after Hughes being Russian and Ukrainian approximation of Hughes, becoming town in May 1917. That's all. Which later in 1924 was renamed Stalino. Alright, wonder who that was after. In 1961 it was changed to Danansk. So Hughes was born in Merthyr, Tydfil in Wales, which is about 25 miles north of here. His father was an engineer from Cyfarthfa Ironworks, which I know, which is probably still there. It was Hughes started his career under his father's supervision. He moved to Ebervale and was joined by the Usksai foundry in Newport, Monmouthshire in 1840s, and it was Hughes who made the reputation and fortune, patenting a number of inventions in armaments and armour plating. In what date is that? 1840s, armour plating. The ships are still wood then. First with the ironclads in the American Civil War, 1865. Okay, so that's his family. Bullshit. So he found Danansk. It's just nuts. So he dug it out of the mud, didn't he? So he formed the new Russian company and raised capital in the summer of 1870, age 55. He moved to the Russian Empire. He sailed there with 8 ships. Not only the equipment necessary to establish a metalworks, but skilled labourers and a group of 100 ironworkers, miners, and mostly from South Wales. He took 8 ships of Welshmen to make Danansk. He immediately started to build metalworks. Anything about the old structure of the place? Because he can't have found it. It must have been there already. Look at these bloody buildings. Hughes died on a business trip to St. Petersburg in 1880s. So let's have a look at her. Now, obviously, they're that specific type of architecture. And check out the wrought iron up on there. Why would you have that up there, guys? Why would you have wrought iron up on the top of a building? And that was in 2006, same house. Italian red brick, guys. So they're attributing that to this guy, but like obviously we can't dare to say this guy here, this Taffy, this guy has basically founded Danansk. And then you look on Google, like Danansk today, and it looks like St. Petersburg, and it's been there forever. Actually, I mean, it used to look like St. Petersburg. It's a bit of an ex-city part of it. So yeah, so they've been busy destroying it. So there's a Welshman founds it right out of its time. They all seem to be mud flooders. They all look like they're part of, you know, it looks like it's a bit of the Winter Palace in Petersburg. And this is the state of the city. Yeah, that's Kiev, actually. Wow, look at the protests. How very dare they? Beautiful city like that, I reckon it's terrible, isn't it? Still, you got war raging in your country. So they got rid of a bit of the old world, didn't they? And you have Danansk again. So guys, I'm getting carried away talking here, so please share this out. There's Battle of Kiev there, World War II. Oh, Jesus. She took it bad, didn't she? 1941. So anyway, we move on. So that bit of the post was telling you about, like, very interesting Welshmen sort of apparently founded a town called Danansk in eastern Ukraine, which is like a Tatarian type city, and they reckon he built it in the 1880s and founded it, and there's nothing there already, and it's just bullshit because the buildings are really old and look like they're built by, you know. I'm not being funny, guys. You can't really attribute that to a Welshman. Obviously it's Greco-Romano, and it's that looks like Peter the Great built it, so that's just nuts. Okay, so it's just bullshit narrative. Okay, we just busted that. We move on. So please share this out, guys. I know I keep saying that, but I really want juice out there. So I'm going to do a little quiz now while you're there, and I'm going to be in chat with you now, and I'm going to answer it. Okay, there's something in my box here. I need you. Okay. And we're going to look at some allegorical art. I'm going to take you to some, we're going to look at some monsters, giants. And we're going to look at some Le Marie or Le Matte brothers. photographs and you've never seen anything like them, and I mean that, they're the best I've ever seen. So, what random object is in there? Can you guess? It's not a guess, it's a psychic input. I've just sent it across, you know, spooky action at a distance. It's just arrived in your brain. Okay? Martin message. FEB message. Okay? Don't answer now. Well, yeah, answer now, and I'll tell you. Okay? I'll give you 5 minutes. I'll give you so you all have a chance to answer in chat what you think is in Martin's psychic box. Okay? Okay. So, I don't want this 2-hour advert. We're looking at 5 o'clock GMT. Okay, and what we got is glow programming. Now this is from the late 1600s, and again you have these parasitical beings. He has like a sort of, these are allegorical, right guys, apparently, but I think these like cryptids and these beings and these winged beings, like her for example, they show up all over the lead atlases, and I think, like, I don't know what happened. I think these things were on our plane, these deities, these living deities. Look, the Westerners turn up and he's offering them fruit and stuff. He's got a scythe because he's doing it, because he's an angel dude, so he's gonna do a bit of culling. Oh, that just looks like a plate, and he's pointing at that island. Maybe we'll cull that island. And he's taking notes. And there's the Masonic compass. So, allegorical art is all telling you the same thing of your reality, that we're in a reset system. And you show windows of time. And they control everything in the narrative, and it's all bullshit. You've got to unplug, they're just going to have us. So, this is a photograph sent to me from flooded streets of Montreal, Quebec. I love this city. 1869. No, 1869. Please puff up. Oh, it does that all the bloody time on these Gallicas. I'm awfully sorry. But anyway, small boys in flooded streets. We'll move on. I'll link it anyway. Fucking bloody Gallicas. No. Free energy, fireplaces. Now, the things that go into the fireplaces, the free energy fireplaces, this is the official narrative. They're called an Anderon. An Anderon, right? An Anderon, okay, or a fire dog, okay, is a bracket support, they say, for normally found in pairs, on which logs are laid after burning in an open fireplace, so that they may circulate under firewood, allowing better burning and less smoke. So that's what they say that these things are. Okay, do you think that's the case with that ornateness and that decoration? Because these go into the back of the steel plate and into the half, and I've seen that, you can see that looks like it's cut, but I've seen a return on these. Yeah, it comes back around. So that's the official narrative, in case you never knew. That's what they're saying there. Okay, even this ornate. So, I viewed a brilliant joke the other day in my comments. By the way, my comments, if you are bored and you maybe you want to have like a brilliant education, spend a couple of hours in my comments, guys. Honest to God, I just spent hours and hours there, and I learned so much. And if you want to like make vlogs, go and pick up some of the links. The links are gold in my comments. So, boot scrapers in antiquity. Obviously, you get one outside 10 Downing Street, means you've got to scrape mud off your boots because it's muddy. Yeah. Leaf Light of British said, what would be better if you found a mud scraper, say 30 metres down? That would be better. So, there they are. And that's their official narrative for squirming out. And we think that there's something different. Okay? And I really, really do, looking at that one. And that cooks potatoes. How sweet is that, guys? Get me one of them. I'm going to call fire. Yeah, alright. That is so beautiful. A pair of Italian Anderon fronts. And enamel Anderons. Enamel. So it would be ceramic. Ceramic has conductive properties. Also does gold. And this is glint bronze. So beautiful. Two opposing angels and a fiery pot with controllers' faces. Cherubim. That is beautiful. But I don't buy it. I think they were multi-purpose. I think they were like definitely alternative. This cast has taken some heat. Anyway, let's move on, peeps, because this vlog's taking time. Not that I am hurrying, but like 2-hour vlogs. I noticed, like, I've done a 2.5-hour vlog, the one before last, and still like 20,000 people watched it. So sorry, it's refreshing. I'll have a little drink while it's pissing around. It's my own fault for him beginning it. It was an accident as well. So excuse me. I'll stand here again. So yeah, I'm not a very polished professional operation, but I do try my best. But I haven't got no production company, guys. You know, it's just flat out British. So this is another. I've just probably lost a link, but doesn't matter. Skyscraper City came in, and it gives you old buildings in America that have been like weirdly destroyed. The most moronic demolitions in architecture. Now there are many on here. I'm going to give you the link, and whatever I just lost I will link. Okay, but there's plenty to look at anyway. So guys, Max Ingen shared the link. So let's check out what Max is sharing on your Facebook page. If you don't know Max, should check it out. It's a new video. It was rather awesome. There's a good message in that. Really on par. I'm definitely with that message. Okay, of unity across the board with the truth of community. So I think it's the only way forward, especially with you know, what we're up against. So look, guys, Rio de Janeiro. I've got a photographic collection of Rio de Janeiro from the 1880s, and it's mind blowing. But it's the same again. This could be New York. This is Rio. Look at this beauty. Okay, all demolished. No, I can't imagine why they did that. This demolished. Do you think that's insane? More. What else we got that's being demolished? Okay, so that's definitely all world, isn't it? Been altered a bit. The tech has been taken out of it, and well, that. How about that in Zagreb in Croatia? So there it is on the corner. Beautiful bit of building, very ornate, and it's not quite the same as it. And there's Zagreb from the skyline. Beautiful cathedral at Christmas time, and beautiful architecture too by the look of it. And there's the Pongratz Palace. And now, so there you are, guys. This is the whole plane over, guys. They're knocking this stuff down. Why the hell would you knock that down? Palace for nothing, and put that there. Look at it. It's gross. What about that? It's the one on the left. Okay, so this thing here, is it? Okay. Oh, that one. Beautiful though. Bit recognisable, no? And Zagreb Cathedral. 2 towers pointed over the 2 towers. It's part of the. Just think like Van de Graaff generators. Think of a sparkle in between. But they always reach up high. Ever higher, ever higher. Nice big cymatic window. And this one is in a fort. Zagreb Castle, which is also taking some damage. But it is beautiful. There it is. The front of the castle is now gone. Beautiful though. But they got a cathedral in a little castle. check it out. So they got the one tower in a scaffold. But it took damage in the war of the Balkans War. I was in Dubrovnik delivering salt once, about 1989, something like that, and they just recorded the film Nuns on the Run with Robbie Coltrane and Eric Idle there, because apparently it's a double of Rome, the architecture, and it was beautiful. But then about a year later I seen it on the BBC News and it was dust. Very, very shameful. What's that? Alright. Also be demolished in 2002. That's in Mecca. I've seen that in pictures of Mecca. Right, what else we got? It's a grab. That building on the corner, very beautiful. That's the same one we just seen. Nice as well. So they got rid of a big, beautiful castle in Mecca. Why would you put a church in a castle anyway? As it was for protection. So Rio de Janeiro again, and they knocked that down. Museum of Fine Arts. Well, I don't know, it's a modern photograph. Weird. And Municipal Theatre. So, but the site is moronic demolitions. Why would they do such things? No, I can't believe they did that. But it goes on, guys. It's just picture after picture as well. So dig in. We're going to move on. We're going to look at some more stuff. I know it's a varied stuff, but it's actually all under the umbrella of the subjects that we talk about. Okay, now I'm going to give you this link. Got passed today. It's absolutely mind-blowing. It's this many Americanas. Okay, now I got a version of Americana. You may see a link up here, right? Encyclopedia of Americana, and I saved at a page where a lady's talking about actually couples talking about they're in Antarctica apparent, and they talk about the dome. Okay, they're near Mount Ebris, and they say that there's a dome at 24, I believe it is, 1,000 feet, something like that. Anyway, it's in one of these. I got the link there. About 2-3 years ago I posted about it, but these are the same magazines or books, okay, and they're absolutely brilliant. They're like sort of Encyclopedia Britannica but with illustrations, etc. Why is that one not available? It's a bit skanky. Give you a look. Yeah, brilliant. Hope you enjoy. And they give you these so you can mag in as well. Okay, from the Library of Congress, nice treat for us all. And this one is comprising arts and sciences and a bit of everything in there. Okay, and there's the subjects: pure mathematics, mineralogy. Oh, really? Okay. And it starts like a aardvark. Oh, aardvark. So joking. Asgard. So abacus. So it's a dictionary, but it's an American one, and there's all them ones. So, and because it's old, I thought, well, we move on. I'm going to give you some artwork as well. Link it up. I mean, it's just stunning stuff that have come my way. Religious sort of allegorical art in rich colour and gold leaf. Now, this is a book of giants, the giant and the underground, from antiquity. I'll give you a show of it. Book of Giants, William Strang. And it's just little tales of people's experiences. Okay, the Book of Giants. It's late 1800s, and it's a bit like Gulliver's Travels type of thing, but the fat giant, the giant and the steamroller, the vegetarian giant, the giant and the underground, the giant and the bicycle, the giant and the knight, the giant and the wires, the giant and the army, giant and the apothecary, and the giant and the torpedo, and the giant and the motor car. So this is later. The motor car has been invented. This might be a children's book. Regardless, it's giantage. The giant leaves upon the hill and sits behind a watermill, and then his face is strong and bold, his temper hot, his eye is cold. Of prisoners he holds a stock safe in his dungeons under lock, judges and jury and things, soldiers and beggars and some things. But he, poor giant, can't eat meat, because he's a vegetarian giant. Yet he thinks of a steaming giant. Yeah, I know how you feel, mate. But has a past the roast or stew. Because God can't eat. See his captives young and old, and never relish hot or cold. And when he asks for kings and queens, he must kindly give them beans, because he can't be a cannibal. There's a bit of a clue in these, isn't there, guys, to do with giants. So have a read. And monsters. We like monsters. A book of cryptids from the 1700s, and they are freaky as anything. Oh no, actually I got that, I'll give you that as well. This is just nuts. This is a book of alchemy again, but this is like sort of John Dee and stuff. But this guy talks about the magic wand, and it's like he uses electrical energy in his wand, okay, a bit like the Fasces, to reanimate the dead, okay, but he's using, like, he's got, I suppose Raphael, I'm not sure, but he's got using ancient Solomon sigils, so it's like magic. But he basically reanimates the dead, okay. By virtue of holy resurrection and the torments of the damned, I conjure... What?
You pulled a book out.
Of what?
Out of the fucking shop.
Alright, don't worry. Sorry about that. I conjure the exorcist, the spirit of North, spirit of N, deceased thereafter, my liege demands being obedient unto thy sacred ceremonies on pain of everlasting torment and don't know what that says. Then they lay him say, because that's a F is an S, so they lay him say, barreled, bedding. I don't want to say that, might be weird stuff. I change and command thee. And what he does, after he says all this stuff, is he reanimates the dead. It's really, really odd. But that's not all it got in this, guys. This is just one crazy ass book, I swear, first time. Okay, it's 5:15 in the UK. This will be up around 10 o'clock tonight, GMT. I will be with you. I'll answer questions. I want to have a little chat with you at the end anyway. Now, answer to the quiz. It was a candle, to be specific, a scented candle. So it was a tea-like candle. Did anyone think candle? You wouldn't, would you? Because it's in a box. So I bet hardly any of you lot got the last one right. I gotta be honest, that was quite good, the last one. Okay. Fight with British. No, guys, I've got a taster of The Greatest Story Never Told. I'm going to give you the next vlog, and I mean I'm going to give you a little taste of what is going to come, okay. It'll be out in a week or 3 or 2, but I'm going to give you a little 2-minute narrative and tell you what we're going to be showing you, so you can basically get a rough idea. It'll blow your minds. I mean, it's just incredible, guys, okay. And some strange dots connected stuff. This is about Freemasonry stuff that you would never ever think of. So this is a book of how to get in Freemasons, an ancient and honourable fraternity of free and accepted Masons, gentlemen and brethren, antiquity of excellence and fraternity of universal rights and plans. So it's a book about Freemasonry, guys. Great architect of the world. So I bet that's got a lot of good stuff in it. I don't like astrology. So you know what I mean? All of this zebra, these people, this thinking is all parasitical. So, anyway, I'll give it to you anyway, because it's basically pulling apart Freemasonry. So, Lumiere brothers, and I'm going to go up to the last images of the day, but there's a bit of a narrative in with them as well. I expect we'll run another maybe 20 minutes or so. So please do share this out. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. This is my effort for today. Flat Earth British. See if I've missed anything out. I got a lot of people to thank. I've been looking into Bucharest. If anybody wants to pick up on Bucharest in Hungary, that place is a goldmine for mud flooders. A lady sent me, she's been reading John Strew's, okay, now history. If you know history, he's brilliant. He basically deciphers and gives you real dates of where we could be. Check his channel out. Well, he read John Strew's. I'll link John Strew's book. It's his sailing across Italy, the Balkans, and Tartry. He visits Tartry as well, and Muscovy. And he states in John Strew's on page 78, he goes to Siam, which is modern day Thailand, and sees riches uncompared, etc. And this princess had a burial. One of the princesses died, and she was covered in jewels and gold and all treasures, and they basically cremated her, and there was nothing left but dust. How do you incinerate gold and dust, guys? He also states that he visits Pisa, and he says that the small domed building, you know, the one that's domed next to Pisa, he doesn't state domed, he says that it had 7 stories and no roof. Now it has 4 stories and a roof, so maybe the other 3 are underground and they put a roof on later. So that was quite interesting, picked apart from John Strew's. That book is a goldmine. You've never seen pictures as good as this in your life. You haven't. I'll give you the site. I don't know if there's something wrong with the Lumiere brothers, because they keep going around just photographing young ladies all the time. So, I mean, very young. So, I've just taken some of the pictures and saved them of the architecture, etc. And I've never seen quality like them, guys. These are 1900 Paris. Check this out. I know. Sharpie, take a breath. It's just amazing, isn't it? Should we just make these a bit bigger, cause fit to toggle. Oh, but that's bloody useless, isn't it? So let's have a look. Some of these pictures. Please share this out, guys. I've got some excellent stuff to come this week, later this week, and I'm going to be giving you this decipheration. Right. Okay. Better. So, of this Bailey's book of what he says about Tartary. Now, check this out, guys. It's not so much the Munaroos I'm looking at, although I think there's a little guy who's scraping his ass across the floor. Excuse my language. That's Toulouse-Lautrec. Don't worry, he's just always like that. So, he's a little short man. He's a little person. Look at this. 1900, guys. The Moulin Rouge. Oh, it's quite can dancers, etc. Except at that stage, there's no one around. In fact, at this stage, there's hardly anyone around. Full stop in these pictures. I can't work out what's going on. This is a city, million people. There should be people, especially at this era. So these are gone. These are free energy devices. If you check out the Eiffel Tower in the modern day, these aerials and these decorative items have been taken away because they were atmospheric electricity gathering devices, as most of this is. Now, I respect this kid. This kid got brains. Okay. The only problem is, I was wondering how he gets down. Obviously, his dad's taking a picture, but you know, I really dig that. Check him out at a lamppost. Tartry. This is Mostar in the Balkans. The bridge at Mostar. Now, I read about the history of Mostar. This place is ancient, okay, guys, full of star forts, etc. This bridge, for not much reason other than to destroy antiquity, was exploded in the Balkan Wars. But Mostar Bridge is now rebuilt, and there's a picture of it. The old bridge just doesn't exist anymore. That's been exploded. Okay, so Mostar Bridge, 1900. Don't know. It's just beautiful Paris. Can you imagine how that feels? No pollution, no smells, no cars, because of all that. It hasn't happened. They say the Industrial Revolution stunk the place up. What about people? Where's the people? Two boys. Now, I've posted about this. This is in Paris. I found this in a Lied 1733 or I-733 book. And there's the Faceless Knight. There. He's on both. And this is the old world that's been left over. They were just a tribute to, you know, Napoleon or some shit. I don't, sorry, or somebody, but it's not. It's them. It's not Greco-Romano. This Latin has been chiseled in later, I reckon. Balloons, but why orange? So a balloon festival should have more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people. There's a couple under the balloons, but you'd think with a giant balloon festival there'd be more than 12 people. No, there's a couple over there, but no crowds. It's the summertime. Should have been heaving. So, a civilization was taken up by a vent not too long ago. I'll tell you how I know it was not long ago, because this was 1900 and the thing's still buried. And we just dug it out recently. And check out this wall. It's almost as high. Okay, and there's a wall around the bottom of it that's gone now as well. There's a lot of lies told about this thing, guys. Never mind that it was, you know, the face has been altered. There was a big chunk out of the side here. It's been shot away. The nose got shot off, they say, by Napoleon's troops. No proof of this. I like this. This is Ireland. This is in Galway in Ireland. And the traditional Irish clothes. Hello there, lady. Not very ginger though, but Irish lady. Hello there, Irish lady. Oh, she looks like a mother. But still, nice, beautiful colour. How are they doing? It's like that wall behind her. Oh, First World War, 1917, and French soldier. I wonder if he made it through. Highly unlikely. But check the lamppost. All of this. What it does. And Paris Exposition, and the domey bit with all these. It was fully electrified anyway. So the Lumiere brothers were absolutely stunning. They did brilliant work. This photography is absolutely beautiful. Look at this artwork just left out in the street. All of this is black and covered with pollution, look guys, and you've got like a work of art. And it's still clean. Oh, there's a bit of pollution on it. Where's the pollution from? There's no cars. It's just that old. It's just been there that long. Look, there's a little man and a woman there, or two people on the top looking. Can you see them? It's that big. Huh? Dressed in Edwardian clothes, or a bit later, maybe early 20s. Wow, what a sweet photograph, guys. Luxor. If you look at a picture of Luxor today, it's like Disney Luxor. It's not actually a real site as such, because you can see here it's all sort of been tarted up, and it's just an excuse for the local people set up a store and make a few quid, eh? Another one of the Moulin Rouge. Oh, here we are. So what's with the windmill? Why is it in there? There's a guy hanging over the windmill. What the story is with this? Why it's there like that? Does it work, I wonder? Probably. Moulin Rouge in Paris. Another lady with flowers. Zigzag! Zigzag. Rizzlers, they've been out that long? Oh my god. I thought they were new. Okay. Oh, excellent. And Gisano Bianco is called Gisano Bianco then. Check this out, guys. Amazing, isn't they? So, yeah, I got a lot of hangouts coming up and stuff, guys. I'll give you, like, word before. Just keep an eye on my channel. I'm always giving you messages any day, every day, you know, the FEP message. And I'll keep you up to speed of what's going on. So look at the stonework here. This is not a Giza, it's another pyramid further south. But this stonework. It's incredible. Incredible, but they have got mortar in these ones here. And there's behind the Sphinx, nothing's happening, everything, the Giza plateau is still fully buried, and they've done nothing because it's all that recent, that civilization. Kaiser gunner, or in this case, a French gun. And the gentleman has one leg because he survived probably the German-Franco War. I can't think of what else. He might be French Foreign Legion. No, a Frenchman can't serve in the French Foreign Legion, only officers can. So a buried temple in a lake, and it's not Luxor because this is turn of the century, so it was happening then too. Still inundated. And just off the coast, or the, excuse me, embankment of the Thames, a view of the Eiffel Tower and a full-on allotment. And look how well things are growing. This is what they should be doing all over every city. We don't want multi-story car parks, thank you. We want to ban them. Actually, we don't want cars. I want to go back to horses. But I'm just saying, okay, that's just me. We should have them all over cities. Every park space, every little bit of waste ground that there's no house built on that looks like a dump, we should have an allotment on. If I could do them all, I'd do it. But I can't. Oh, the colour, the beauty, wow. So if this is a 2.5 hour vlog, let me know if it's too long, guys. I just can't get through any information in a half hour. Plus it's like my Flat Earth British show, and I'll be up for a couple of days. Italian slaves. They says that they were Mongolese slaves, right? So they're from Mongolia. You can see that anyway. It's a bit ostentatious, that chain, isn't it? You don't look happy. These ain't chained, but they ain't been naughty, have they? No shoes. This guy's got shoes. I think he might be able. No, he's not a warden. So this is how they treat Tartarians in 1900, guys. Not looking too good, is it? Don't worry, they'll wait 45 years. They'll put medals on him for going to the, you know, for doing bad things in war. It's weird, isn't it? Thou shalt not kill unless you do it for us, and we'll give you a medal, call you an hero, you'll have all the money you want, all the women you want, and you'll be a hero. Okay? All of that won't matter, because we say, because we're God. Okay? Your country is God. Your queen is your God. Get it right. Okay? Luxor. It's a bit of a dump compared to today, isn't it? Yeah, that's because he just rebuilt it. This is Verdun, First World War. It's one of the best colour photos ever. Beautiful summer's day, nice quiet bit of trench line. Some of them were real quiet sectors, not much action at all. They could go 6 months without, you know, seeing too much death. And that's the population of France. Got a little tiny bit of snow. That's what I want to say. I've been going through hundreds of these photographs of this era, previous to this, 1800s, and there doesn't seem to be any snow. I'm not even in Russia. I got 3 or 4 photographic collections of Siberia, and it's without snow in all of them. I think the temperature was a lot hotter. If the temperature was a lot hotter from 1850s up until, you know, this last century just gone, is that the reason why they never had heating? Because it was a warm place before this. There's no heating. I can't believe that all of these massive houses, which I just showed you, and they couldn't even get a bit of heating, a bit of plumbing, or a toilet at the end of the garden, guys. Wooden toilet. Even in my childhood, guys, these big, massive them houses, they had a kazi, which was a shed at the end of the garden. You had to go down there in a freezing cold morning. Even when I was a kid, I had an outside toilet in my house. I'm not joking. It's supposed to be a radio station. It said on the this. It's supposed to be a radio station hidden in there, maybe. So that's French. First World War. And they're washing their clothes in a cow trough. Or washing something out. Yeah, there's wires going into it, yeah. And cleaning up the debris of the old world. In the First World War, the French. There's an arch there. Look, guys. See the little arch behind his head? Okay. So, that's the end of them. So we're going to show you some more images. So that is my Lumiere brothers. This is Auguste and Louis Lamette. And I will give you the link. Not Lamette, because he invented the Big Bang. Lamette. Anyway, I'm crap with French. I'll put it in the descriptions box. For the full link, you can check them and maybe 100 more besides. So this is last images of the day. Couple of mind blowers in this, guys. Okay, so please make sure to share the juice out. This will take about another 10 minutes or so, or a little bit more. And make sure to subscribe. Come back. Okay, let's have a look a minute. So this a subscriber of mine makes these up, and he's absolutely brilliant. In fact, all of you are. If I could just open my mail, I can just remind myself who some of you are. 2 seconds, though. Let's find out if something just happened. So, it'd be good if we had some music right now, but I don't want to get copyrighted. Hang on a minute. So, 2 seconds, please. Talk amongst yourself. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. I have 16,013 subscribers as of today. So this is my 16k day video. I should have said that at the beginning, but I didn't realise till just now. 16,000 subscribers on YouTube. In fact, my channel's not doing too bad at the moment. I'm on 8.2 million watch minutes for the last month and 314,000 views in the last 28 days. Not bad, is it, guys? So that's you lot, all this work together. Okay, and all of you awesome channels out there, which I'm just so chuffed to be a part of. So this was made for me to present. In fact, I can't remember all your names, but I have got them on my email. So what you got is beginning and after. So you got the British sack capital, August the 25th, 1814, during continued war of 1812. Okay, and then the Bullfinch Dome, 1826. Okay, middle hadn't yet been built. Smoke burnt windows here of the Battle of 1812. Okay, so we're looking at obviously the White House. Okay, now give me a second. Please. Please share this out. I'm gonna basically this week now I need to sort of manage all of this awesome work out, and this, you know, get some more work going, but I need to catch up with everything. I need to sort out my files and stuff. That's what I need to do to be in order. So thank you all. Dennis, James Collins, thank you for them pictures you just sent, every one of you. Ryan, thanks Ryan. Silver, thank you. Caroline, good day, thank you, love. Anne Williams, thank you, love. And D, Stat, I don't know who you are, yours was Stat 75. Truly mental, thank you, love. Eric Wilson, thank you, Eric. I says love, I mean truly mental, mate. Doug, thanks Richard Pringle and Paul Williams and next Monday I'm on Sun and Moon Group with Richard Lopez, apparently, says you. So that's cool. And I've got a couple of radio shows coming, and that's where Flat Earth British is. So thanks, guys. I can't remember all your names. What's that guy in Sweden or Norway's name? Because he's been brilliant. Thank you, Lee Mowat. Thank you, Jason Smallwood. You've been awesome. Bought the 4th chord. Yeah, really spooky. Laura, thank you. Greg. Oh, there you are. Steverundade. If I said your name wrong, I'm very sorry. But yeah, that information about them peoples, Tartarians being genocided, ethnic cleanses, was very, very helpful. So back to the White House, guys. Back to the White House. 1857. It's going up, but you only see the top bit go up, never the bottom. Okay, now here it is, 1865, last year of American Civil War, and it's all finished, ready for celebrations of winning the war. Okay, so as you say, the middle hasn't been built, they say, but it's not a photograph, really, is it? It could be an enhanced photograph, but there you go. But if they look, the worst case scenario, it's like these are refurbishments and these things were wrecked. You're never going to see the bottom bit being built anyway. So there's the first inauguration. She's a third of the way up. I feel that these could be photoshopped. Half of them look fudgy. The American flags got pulled apart on UAP's channel. It just feels wrong, all of it. So there you are, the house. Let's get that off. Excuse me. Oh, bloody hell. Excuse me. Not bad pictures. So there you are, that's better. So the house, that's the first inauguration. She's 2 tiers up. There she is on completion. The house in 1816, 1811 wing, dome half done in 1865. That wing was supposed to be done in 1793, and the Senate was supposed to be in 1860. Okay. There's a map of it. She's immense. So let's have a look at the next. So the Capitol builds in 1860, and there's pig farms and just mud outside. Just nothing. Something wrong with all these photographs anyway. Smithsonian Institute, a field full of daisies. All-wheel building. And General Lee. General Lee's home. In the south, which looks like a mud flutter. It's got lower windows, and it's Greco-Romano. And Abraham Lincoln's 1865 inauguration. She's all completed, all within then 5 years. With a war going on, and you needed all that money for a war, all you can worry about is getting your flipping dome up. What's them there? The designers, cast iron dome, 1855. Of the Capitol, Washington building. Very interesting. Thank you for them. Whoever just knocked them up was excellent work. Thank you. Yeah, you want to see that, guys? Take a picture. Now, California wildfires. Now they're all over the plain. Fires are kicking off. Now this was passed to me, and basically what you got is. This is part of Agenda 21, okay, although there's more agendas now. Basically they're getting all of the cities, this whole area, they're emptying out, and they're going to be basically keeping that for themselves. I'll go into it a little bit more. That's not very descriptive, that picture. Antiquitech or world. Here. So the green bits, okay, will be only where we can go. Okay, and these were mega cities. Okay, this is their idea. So allowed use humans. So the green bits, parts of Florida, parts of the East Coast, up around by Chicago, mostly mid America, and a little bit in California, they say. Now, what flag they use? So the mandate of the United Nations Biodiversity Treaty for transformation and reclamation of all American cities to comply with environmental policies and reduction of CO2 bullshit emissions. And that's what they aim to do by so many years. Okay, and again, I'll be thinking about how they're going to be getting these people out of these areas. There you are. The smart grid infrastructure is only intended to last 20 years until 2030, according to industrial documents. So that's the agenda. Oh, I picked this up of a video. I thought it was very intriguing. Obviously America is upside down, but what she got is like a Garther over here. Screenshot it off. Somebody passed me yesterday. Okay, and no, I never. This one's downloaded. And you've got all of these land masses outside. What do you think of that? I don't know how that could be upside down. And I don't know why Antarctica is in the North Pole. Very, very weird. The only way I can make that out is if it was like thinking Portal stuff. Anyway, Constantinople, Antiquitech, Dome. I've seen this many, many times. It's steel wires around it, guys. What's the matter with the trees? I don't know. Somebody sent it to me for church. Angels. It's got the four corners. Beautiful, thank you. And this is another one that a fellow sent me. I can't remember. William. Same temple. Then I got this picture, the original. And there it is now. Okay, so ancient constructors category, giants, catastrophe field depth 29 foot, debris 29 foot, just global, and location Easter Island, Egypt, and Syria. Just to prove this thing's worldwide. So there you are. There it is there, and it's this high. So, and 29 foot on the Moai. Okay, so very, very cool. And there's a line from there to there, and that's how much is gained. And that's the same measurement, 29 foot, we roughly got from Salzburg Cathedral, Louisiana. That's 1904, the exposition for St. Louis. And Westinghouse Electrical and Manufacturing Tesla Polyphase Systems in the Chicago World's Fair. Central Electric Grid, I think that says. Electric grid. So yeah, using polyphase systems. And this was the St. Louis expositions. There's video available if you go on YouTube. Meet Me at St. Louis, the film with Judy Garland. They go in here when it's all lit. Still built at that stage. 1904 Festival Hall, fully electric, illuminated. 1904. And this is the oldest photograph available of San Francisco. I've got a better one, I believe. Maybe not. So, back to San Francisco. Sorry, peeps. And this is the oldest photo, and it's like way before the earthquake. We're looking 1840s here, and as you can see, it's all built. Big stone edifices. That church again, which is onion domes. Looks like it's Tartry, or it looks like it's Asian, I should say. But the church looks Anglican, and it's in San Francisco. It's weird. So this is Ely, sent off Ian Richardson. One love, thank you, Ian. He lives in Ely, not Ely where I am in Cardiff. Ely, Cambridgeshire in England, and it's a beautiful city. They have an ancient cathedral, Ely Cathedral, and it's all mud flood. See? High doors, low windows. From when it was 3-story. Cool. Thank you for these, Ian. So, literally everyone has sent me their city. Everyone has sent me their city. It's just been crazy. This one was from a seaside resort in England called not Scunthorpe. Yeah, I think it was Scunthorpe. But yeah, Scunthorpe. It's a seaside resort in England, and this is knocked down now. But look, it's half in the street. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 story. Massive old dem again, and all this is... That looks horrible, that house. Bad things have happened in there. Should say on there, North Yorkshire. So it's, yeah, that seaside resort for Yorkshire. The oldest photograph existing of the fire of... I can't remember, I do so many. I think it's Boston. There's not much there, is there, guys? No, it's not Boston. This one is earlier. This one is 1850s. That is the fire of St. Louis. The first one. There was 2. Not sure. So there we go again. Another star fort, and it's completely inundated with mud. So I'm sure the mud came in later. And remnants of the star fort. You can see where that thing comes off on the end. There's only half of it there. Either something's hit it, or it's been half covered in mud, which it looks like it has, which you will see in the lead atlases anyway. Stone, we love London then, 1880s. London now, 2019's from St Paul's Cathedral, Dome. Not very clear, I know, but still very cool indeed. Right, what else we got? Oh, that's about the lack of Greeks and Romans again. These stormy ages, the synonyms of science and letters, without these religious men who in science of their monstrosities accompanied themselves in transcribing and studying and in imitating the works of the ancients. Let me just blow this up because I can't see anything. Of the ancients. Excuse me. Well or ill, these works would have perished. Perhaps not one of them would have come down to us. The thread which connects us with Greek and Romans would be snapped asunder, and that's what I read the other day. And the precious productions of ancient literature would no more exist for us than the works that they were any published before the catastrophe which annihilated that highly scientific nation, which, according to Bailey, existed in the remote ages in the centre of Tartry. Yeah, I know. I believe I've shown them. These somebody sent me, I think, showing that they sort of show energy weapons. So I'm mag up and you see. Well, this has taken a belt in here for sure. So maybe some laser zappy type of weapon. These scutches he's talking about, these in stone. Very possibly, very low. Certainly looks like some sort of weaponage. So this is Pittsburgh, from a fellow in Pittsburgh, and he said, I'm from Pittsburgh, and I've looked into this as well. Mudflood is stunning. And he said, do you think that looks like a tree trunk? So like, yeah, it does a bit. You can see that in a lot of cities. Exposition, Brussels. Not looked into it, can't find any decent booklets on it. 1897. Brussels. Another exposition. Big part of the whole story. If you don't know, guys, just look into my channel. Others, John Levy posts about, I've done a brilliant video about it the other day. This is Manchester city centre in the 1908, and it's all Greco-Romano, all dirty, and it's that. Could be New York, could be anywhere we just seen, Philadelphia, Manchester, King Street. And there it is again, guys. The middle bit went up. We just showed you that one picture. It looked like the middle bit went up, but this you can't see being built. Mud there. So the construction of the White House. and a giant. Whether or not that's real, I don't know. It could be superimposed, could be, but there are many images out there in the internet of these things, but that looks about the right size to me. These are everywhere on the plane. I found some in, if you Google Nova Zalema or Nova Zemlya, well, we looked into in Tartry, its most famous thing on the island is a load of these. They're all over the coast. I think that they are electrical arcing droplets, and they fall all over the plane during plasma discharge events, which knacker this place. Oh, it's another beautiful colour picture of the reconstruction of an old mud flooded building. Jeez, what's happened there? No, I could dig she's on the top of the hill, but look at all these tiers. Wow. Oh, we've all seen these. These are brilliant mud flood evidence. Again, John Levy did one on thumbnail. I did thumbnail about 3 videos back. This Polytechnic in Moscow. Man, oh man, that got to be one of the best mud flooders. And as you can see, the streets have doors and windows at least 30 foot below street level from the older city, and every city's got them. 3 bundles of dynamite. Isn't it weird how sticks of dynamite are rods, packed together and bound, just like the fasces? And what do the fasces do? What does dynamite do? Yeah, small world, eh? Has anybody noticed? This one was off Zalmoxie. One love Zal, or Festi as well. One love Festi. One love all of you, actually. I'd love to go through comments. Trees in the winter look exactly like the alveoli of the human lung. Have you noticed? Check this out. It's a tree root in winter. So, it's the human nervous system, guys. And it's weird how the human nervous system is really looks like a winter tree, but also the alveoli of the lung, and all resembles one another. That's how deeply we are connected. Look, branches, a trunk, a tree, and the below ground level, and even a root on our nervous system. It's just like a tree. And there's that San Francisco image, which is the oldest surviving from Nucleus Hotel. Okay, and as you can see down here, guys, right, there are wooden staircases going up to front doors. Now, why wouldn't you have the front doors down there? Why you have them up here and all the windows are down, in that case below street level? And I think you can see there too. Okay, so a mud flood happened here. San Francisco is one of the best to pick apart, guys. But check that out for San Francisco. Whatever's that doing there? Pool Valley flooding in storm 1850, which is in Dorset. And the Pike and entrance of creation at the Great Exposition of St. Louis. And these were some gravestones passed to me, or sent to me, with some dates on them. And we have an 1857, 69. We have an 1882. Not actually sure, but let's have a look. It's the Exposition's logo. We've got the eagle, that's for sure. And eagle with 2 laurel leaves and eagle's wings. Spread. I noticed New Earth done a video yesterday, her version of what she thought eagle's wings were. I just guess she never watched A Great Story Never Told then, or did. It's magnetic field. So, yeah, weapons sprayed between figure and head, pulse rapid fire. So if you watch the film Riddick, and they got these things on their necromongers, and they got these sonic guns, and they go boom, brilliant sound on them, and they look just like this, like rings of energy, you know, a bit like that. Shotgun effect, Yeah, I like that. Shotgun cone effect as well. Who knows, it could be just defacing of antiquity, but I like your thinking anyway, thanks. And location for amusements and all of that was the exposition St. Louis. The reason I was talking about Agenda 21 was this. I should have brought it up earlier. California wildfires line up exactly in the same path as the California high-speed rail system. Proposed rail system. I should have you not. This is the proposed railway system for this new idea that they've got, and this is the current California wildfires and Nevada. Let's put them side by side. Even there to there. This bottom bit here, bottom bit there. This sliver here is this sliver here. And most of it is up here, most of it is up here. Yeah, I know. Holy shit, eh? Yeah, it's just a coincidence, obviously. It says he's a tattoo old tatter. Old tatter. An old tartar. Tatter old. His name's Edunlund Larsen, and he's a Norwegian, and he's one of those. This is weird. So say we were just one of them, or one of these, our Earth or our plane was in one of these, and imagine if they were all these other ones, and they were like, you know, the flower of life. Wouldn't it make sense? Wouldn't it though, guys? And we're just one of them, and we got them like next to us, that close, and that many. It could go infinite. Who knows? Nice thought. Anyway, there it is again. Mud flood. All the way up to the second story. Makes no sense. And there you are. That's about the genocide. A friend sent me the email. I was going to read it to you. And this is an turn of the century in St. Louis again. Passenger automobile used in fairgrounds. How's it driving? What's it? Is that a battery? What is it? You know, what's it move on? It's electric, isn't it? This is an electric, and it's using all of that power, and it's moving all them people. Yeah, right. It's pretty amazing. Obviously, we know what that is, but isn't it very, very much like a Starford? And electrified. There's a Starford. Okay, we're starting to repeat a few now. I am moving on. Now, I'm coming back because that's the end of this vlog. I'm going to have a little rundown on what we've spoken about, which is quite a bit actually. So, quite mind-blowing stuff really, if you think about it. The first bit was Lee's new video showing technosmia in action in the modern day. And then I show you mud flood. Oh man, Kansas City was one of the best I've seen. And then I talk about a little bit about the Liberty Bell and the Zabel, and we pick apart Tartry and get some more evidence on that, which is quite good, I think, as well. Some mind-blowing stuff in there. More to come this week, so stick around. And picks of the day. I got loads more, but time's running out, guys, so that's as much as I can get up for today. So thanks for coming by. Hope you enjoyed that. Please do subscribe. It's 6 o'clock. This has been 2 hours plus. Okay. Please share this out. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. 60,000 subscribers. Yay! Not bad, is it, guys? Keep it going up. Thank you very kindly. And the candle. It was candle. Okay. Not a full candle. Candle. Okay. Not full candle. I mean, peace and love, and be good. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I'll see you in chat now.